tend to see the oldest trees on the rockiest, hilliest areas. And as you get to flatter, better soils, you tend to see younger stands of trees because they were abandoned at a later date because they actually were viable for agriculture. See that big triple trunk oak right there? When you get like a double or triple trunk stem oak tree, that's an indicator that it grew from a stump. So that tree was cut down, whether it was for logging or charcoal production, not sure. There's obviously stone walls running through here, so this was cleared for agriculture. I would imagine this was just pasture, because just judging by the number of surface stones and the steepness of it and the bedrock, this probably would have been a halfway decent piece of pasture land that would have been abandoned fairly early in the agricultural abandonment period. Some of these overstory trees are pretty significant age-wise. You know, we're talking hundreds, not, you know.
So you think that tree is about 100 or so?
Well over. You can see this is a much younger forest down here. Those trees in there are as much as 60 years old. These trees laying down in here, they're all cedar. More than likely established in here when there was livestock in here, because the livestock wouldn't tend to eat the cedars. There's a standing one over there. And then eventually the farmer died, whatever, got rid of his livestock. This started coming in with hardwood trees, which can grow so much taller and have just shaded out the cedar trees.
But the cedar are native?
The cedar are native, but it's typical to see cedar established in like livestock areas because the livestock just won't eat them. Another double trunk tree definitely was cut, whether it was cut for timber production, fuel wood, or charcoal production. Hard to say. All three things, I'm sure, probably happened on this property. There were all kinds of people involved in charcoaling, though. There was even just farm families that would do it in the winter. They'd basically go out in the forest, cut trees to 4-foot lengths, and pile them up almost like a giant igloo, like in a dome shape. They'd bury them with soil, and then they left a hole in the middle of the igloo, or the dome, if you would, and they'd pour hot coals down there, and they'd burn it for about a month. And it was somewhere around 25 to 30 cords of wood stacked in these piles. And that would basically dehydrate the wood. It would break down into charcoal-sized pieces. They'd load it into baskets, into wagons, and bring it off. Charcoal was the fuel of the early Industrial Revolution. The hills around here were full of fire and full of smoke in the air. And you can still
hard, dirty work, too.
You can still see the pits. I'll walk around places and I'll find an area like a flat spot on the side of the hill. First time I saw one, I thought maybe there must have been a UFO landed there, because it was just dug out flat spot on the side of a steep hill, perfect circle, and there was
and a burn mark.
And nothing growing in it. Nothing. Couple ferns. That's it. There's still nothing growing in it.